गुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लाङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने। कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरम् सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधव देवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। We are hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, chapter number 12. I don't know. Is it? Oh, it's not there in our calendar.
Because we have the Astasaki now.
Oh, they observe all the Sakhis.
So then it's, yeah.
Okay.
I was doing service there for
I see. So here we are hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam. Bharat is telling to Rahugana that by bathing in the dust of the lotus feet of Mahajanas, the great souls or the great devotees, one will be able to understand the absolute truth. Without that, by none of our procedures, means tapasya, penances, or brahmacharya, by none of these practices one will be able to understand the absolute knowledge. The only way is to be bathed in the dust of the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas. By hearing Harikatha from the pure souls, in whose assembly all the discussions about the topics, material topics, will be completely nullified. In the assembly of the pure devotees, Harikatha, all the material topics will be completely nullified. And the glories of the Lord are sung in actuality, in totality. Who can sing the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna? A person who is completely surrendered to Him. Sankirtana means Samyak Kirtana. Sankirtana means we think that playing Mridanga, Kartal, and so many persons, that is Sankirtan. That is also Sankirtan. But the pure devotees are also doing Sankirtan alone. How? Samyak Kirtana. Lord's name, form, qualities, pastimes, associates in the remembrance, in the in the during hearing, during listening, during chanting. One who is engaged in thinking about Lord's name, form, qualities, pastimes, etc. That is Samyak, together. That is also Sankirtan. So, one Sankirtan is to, many persons come together, assemble together, and they are singing Sankirtanas with, accompanied with Mridanga, Kartal, etc. That is one Sankirtan. Another Sankirtan is remembrance of the Lord's name, form, qualities, pastimes, etc. in totality. That is also Sankirtan. In the assembly of the pure devotees, actual glories of the Lord are sung. All the material subject matters are completely destroyed. When one hears Harikatha from such great souls or in the assembly of such great personalities, then one's desire for liberation will also be finished. Even the desire for liberation will be completely finished by hearing to the glories of Sri Krishna from the pure devotees, and one will get attachment to Krishna. It happened in the case of Sukadeva Goswami, who was a liberated soul, but when he came in contact with the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna through Srimad Bhagavat, then he came in contact with the actual glories of Supreme Lord, and his desire to attain the Supreme Lord or his attachment to the Supreme Lord has increased. Because those who are situated in the Brahman, they don't have any attachment. That is the reason he came out of the house as soon as he took birth, because he is free from all attachments. But that Sukadeva Goswami got attached to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, because he heard the glories of the Supreme Lord from a great sadhu like Vedavyasa Muni. We'll continue from verse number 14. Aham pura bharato nama raja vimukta drishta shrita sanga bandha aradhanam bhagavata ihamano mrigo abhavang mriga sangadhatartah. Ami purve Bharat name Raja Chilam. So Jada Bharat is explaining his own past life to Rahugana. Because one of the questions that Rahugana asked is, who are you? Are you an Avaduta? Or are you that Kapila for whom I am, towards whose ashrama I am heading? Why are you in this, a Brahmana form, a fallen Brahmana form, not your body is soiled, your sacred thread is also soiled, you doesn't look to be a son of a Brahmana but not practicing Brahmanical duties. So who are you? Now, in reply to that, he's saying, "Ami purve Bharat name Raja Chilam." I was a king by the name Bharat previously. দৃষ্ট ও শ্রুতি বিষয়ে আসক্তিরূপ বন্ধন হইতে মুক্ত হইয়া ভগবানের আরাধনা করিতাম। I was completely detached from all material objects. Even though I would see very beautiful, attractive things, I would not get attracted to them. Even though I hear so many glories of so many things of a material thing, material object, still I would not get attracted to them. Means whatever we see and hear in this material world, I had no attachment to anything. Therefore, being freed from all those things, I was worshipping the Supreme Lord. দৈবাৎ এক মৃগ শিশুতে আসক্ত হইয়া আমার উদ্দেশ্য বিফল হয় এবং আমি মৃগরূপে জন্মগ্রহণ করি। But by the will of providence, I became attached to a son of a deer. I was free from all attachments to the whatever one sees or hears, but by the will of the providence, by my destiny, I got attached to a baby deer. And my target has been lost. My target was to serve Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and attain him, but because of my attachment to the baby deer, I lost my target. And subsequently or consequently, I became a deer in my next birth. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, আপনার প্রতি অপরাধী মহাপামর আমাকেও এই প্রকারে জ্ঞান উপদেশকারী পরম কৃপালু আপনি কে? Rahugana is asking that you are such a great and noble soul that you are giving instructions to me also who has offended you. Rahugana has offended. He had used very abusive words, sarcastic words, and he even threatened that I will punish you. So, even though Rahugana has committed offense to Bharat, in spite of that, Bharat has mercifully given instructions to him. So, Rahugana is asking that who are you? Even though I have committed offense to you, you are so magnanimous, so compassionate that you are giving instructions to me also. In the third verse of Shikshashtaka, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in the commentary, जीवन निर्वाहे आने उद्वेग न दिवे पर उपकारे निज सुख पाशरीबे. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing there, जीवन निर्वाहे आने उद्वेग न दिवे. In order to carry on your life, don't give trouble to others. Simply don't rely or give troubles to others for carrying your life. And para upakare nija sukha pasharibe. And in order to bring welfare upon others, you give up your own happiness, your own comforts. For your comforts or for your living, don't give trouble to others. But for giving comfort to others or for bringing welfare upon others, you give up your own comforts also. Very, very difficult instruction to follow. We are just the opposite. Somehow or other, I shall be happy. Let the entire world die. no problem, but I shall be happy. This is our motto. Even though we may not explicitly or expressly say this from the mouth, but this is our intention, that somehow we have to, I shall give trouble to others, or I shall, give happiness to others, it doesn't matter, I shall be happy, that's all. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling that in order to bring welfare upon others, don't you give up your comforts also. That is the state of the pure devotees. The pure devotees, they never look for their personal comforts also. They are ready to sacrifice their comfort for the pleasure or for the welfare of the living entities of this material world. Rahugana is inquiring, who are you? I have offended you, but in spite of that you have given me, you are so compassionate to me and you are giving me instructions for my welfare. इहार अपेक्षाएं बोलते चेन अहम इत्यादि विमुक्त दृष्ट श्रुत संग बंध दृष्ट ओ श्रुत विषये आसक्ति रूप बंधन जिनी विशेष रूपे मुक्त छिन्न करियाछिलेन सेई आमी भरत नामक राजा. I was King Bharat in my previous life, who was free from any sort of attachment to any of the material things that we see and hear of. I had no attachment to any of these things. तथापि दैववशतः अमी असावधान होइयाछिलाम, but unfortunately I have become little careless. Why careless? During Krishna Bhakti, while we are performing Hari Bhajan, we have to be very, very careful. Careful about Maya. That Maya can come and attack us from any direction, in any form, at any place, and at any time. It is possible. So, we have to be very, very careful while performing Hari Bhajan. We have to very clearly see whether it is Krishna Bhakti or whether it is Maya Bhakti. So I had become careless. And इहा बोलते चेन मृग संगात हतार्थः, अर्थात दैवात एकटी मृगेर संगवशतः परजन्मे मृग হয় এবং ইহাতেই আমার परमार्थेर विघात হয়. By destiny, I got attached to a deer, and because I was little, careless, I became attached to a deer, and because of the attachment to the deer, I had taken birth as a deer in my next birth, and thus I became deprived of Paramartha. Here Bharat is telling how attachment to anything is very dangerous, because of I was doing bhajan so nicely, but I got attached and therefore I had fallen down, or I had deviated from my actual target. Sang mang smriti mriga dehe api veera krishnarchana prabhavano jahati atho aham janasangad sango vishankamano avivritas charami. You see, we previously heard Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said in one of the purports that Jada Bharat, even though his brothers and other materialistic people exploited him, they wanted to get benefit out of him by giving him little food or that which is thrown or which is stale. They used to give this, and in return they would extract lot of work from him. In this way they exploited. Even though Jadabharat was exploited unnecessarily by all these persons, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur wrote in the commentary, in order to bring welfare upon them, he continued to give his darshan to them. Even though they were exploiting him, they were in Rajoguna, they were in the mode of passion. In mode of passion, you want to get lot of material prosperity, lots of material gains. So, in order to do that, they were exploiting King Jadabharat, and he, in spite of that, he stayed in the middle of them by giving his darshan. In this way, he showered his mercy upon them. Later, Jadabharat, when he was taking care of the fields, at that time, some dacoits who were worshippers of Bhadrakali, they came, they took him away. They were ready to kill him. And even in front of them, or even towards them, those who had, desire to kill, even to them he brought welfare by making the demigoddess appear from the deity. The dacoits, they never saw Bhadrakali, they could never get darshan of Bhadrakali. But Jadabharat, by his presence there, he made Bhadrakali appear from the deity form, and he, in this manner, showered mercy on even those ignorant persons in the mode of ignorance. How the pure devotees are always trying to bring welfare upon the conditioned souls, Bharat is an example. Even though he was exploited, even though he was given trouble repeatedly by his brothers and other materialistic persons, yet he did not leave them. By giving his darshan, he showered mercy. To those who wanted to kill him, the servants of Bhadrakali, even to them he gave his darshan, and he made Bhadrakali appear, and they could see. He tried to bring welfare upon them. There Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that in a similar manner, King Rahugana, he is also trying to use Jadabharat as a palanquin carrier. He used him as a palanquin carrier. But because Rahugana is a devotee, or he is situated in the mode of goodness, this is where Jadabharat had started to speak. He showered his mercy by speech. There he gave darshan, he showered mercy by darshan, and another place he showered mercy by silence and by making the demigoddess appear. And now in front of Rahugana, he showered mercy by speaking, because now he is in mode of goodness and he is eligible, he can accept the instructions. So in this manner, in the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, those who are materially conditioned, to all of them Bharat had brought welfare. So this is what it is, that even though I am an offender, who are you that you have, you are so compassionately giving instructions to me? Now he told, I am Jadabharat, I was Bharat, King Bharat, I got attracted to a deer, and then I lost my Paramartha and I became a deer in my next life. He Veer, Shri Harir Archana Prabhave Sei Mriga Sharireu Amar Purva Smriti Amake Parityag Kore Nai. My dear King, even though I was born as a deer, because I worshipped the Lord previously, my remembrance of the Lord was not gone. Even though I was born as a deer, as a result of my worshipping the Lord previously, my remembrance about the Lord was still present in the form of a deer. Tajjanno ami janasanga hoite bhito hoiya একাকী প্রচ্ছন্ন রূপে বিচরণ করিতেছি। And that is the reason. That is the reason I have given up everyone, the company of everyone, and I am roaming alone. One of the questions of Rahugani is, who are you? Are you an avadhuta? Why are you roaming alone in this, world? What is the purpose of your roaming alone in this forest? Bharat is replying, Jada Bharat, that even though I left everything to perform Hari Bhajan, I got attached to a deer, and that attachment has deviated me from my target. But thank God I remembered him because of my worship in the past life. Now, knowing that, I keep myself away from all the living entities and I wander alone in the forest so that I will no more get attached to anyone. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Shri Krishnarchana Bhrashto Jan Keu Uddhar Kore Iha Boletechen Sa Ityadi. The worship of Lord will deliver even those who have fallen down from that state. This is what is being said in this. A person who has worshipped Supreme Lord, it will never go in vain. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even if little devotional activity is performed, the Lord will not let that person fall down, face a severe fall down. Name bhakta pranashyati. There is no fall down for my devotee. Lord personally protects or rescues, takes care of his devotees. So, in this verse, Bharat is telling that even though I was fallen, still because of my past lives Bhagavat Archana, worshipping Sri Krishna, I was saved. So, Krishna Bhakti is so profound that even if for some reason apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat chanti gacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranasyati. The Lord is telling to Arjuna that kshipram bhavati dharmatma, very soon he will become a dharmatma, a great person. Apichet sudurachara, even if he has done very, very abominable or heinous crime, bhajate mam ananya bhak, but he is continuing to worship me one-pointedly. Due to some influence of one of the previous bad activities, a sadhu might have temporarily committed a very, very abominable crime, sin. But if he is repentful from within, truly, and not like, oh, this happens in the path of bhakti, no problem. Not like that. No, not such kind of, complacency. One should be, alert. One should think that one should repent for the whatever sinful activities one has done from the heart, bhajate mam ananya bhak, and continues to perform Hari Bhajan, sadhureva samantavya, understand him to be sadhu. Understand him to be sadhu, samyak vyavasito, because he is situated in the right path. Because he is situated in the right path, understand him to be sadhu. By performing a heinous crime, abominable crime, or a sinful activity, one is taking shelter of Krishna Bhakti only, not any other material recourse. Therefore, he is situated on the right path, understand him to be sadhu. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Very, very soon, he will become a dharmatma, a great soul. Shasvat chanti gacchati, and he will get an eternal peace. He will get eternal peace. If one has committed crime or sin, abominable activity, how can he be peaceful? But here he is telling that even though he has done, if he is doing my bhajan, he will get eternal peace. Therefore, my dear Arjuna, declare it boldly to everyone that my devotee has no fall down. Bharat is telling personally his life that Krishna bhajan has saved me. Even though I was attached, Krishna bhajan has saved me. जनसंगात इत्यादि সেই হেতু আমি জনসঙ্গ হইতে শঙ্কিত হইয়া নিঃসঙ্গে অপ্রকট অর্থাৎ প্রচ্ছন্ন রূপে পর্যটন করিতেছি. So my purpose of or the reason for my wandering alone is that now I am fearful of association. By worldly association, my attachment to the worldly persons, worldly objects will increase. I fear that attachment, therefore I am wandering alone in the forest. Tasman naro asanga susanga jata jnanasi naiveha vivrikna moha haring tadiha kathana श्रुताभ्याम लब्ध स्मृतिर्यात्यति अत्यति अपार मध्वनः. मानवगण इह जन्मे ही परम भागवत गणेर सुसंग जनित ज्ञान रूप असि द्वारा अज्ञान छेदन पूर्वक भगवानेर गुण कर्मादि लीला कथा श्रवण और कीर्तन करिते करिते तदीय स्मृति लाभ करें एवं संसार मार्गेर पर पारे गमन करिया थाकेन. Thus, Bharat, Jada Bharat is telling to Rahugana that the living entities, by coming in contact with Mahabhagavatas, the great souls, by hearing Harikatha from them repeatedly, the ignorance in their heart will be destroyed by the sword-like knowledge that one attains in the company of the pure devotees. When one is hearing Harikatha constantly, Harikatha is our medicine. The medicine for all our troubles is Harikatha. If we don't hear Harikatha, we will not develop attachment to the holy name. We cannot develop attachment to the service of Supreme Lord. We cannot develop attachment to the devotees of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Harikatha is the medicine and the cure for all the problems. In the company of the devotees, by hearing constantly about the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, through this knowledge, one will be able to destroy the ajnana, ignorance, totally. And guna karmadi lila kirtan shravan o kirtan korite korite, and by hearing repeatedly about the glories and pastimes, personality, holy name of Supreme Lord, one will develop attachment, and Tadiya Smriti, one will be able to remember him. How can one remember Lord? By hearing Harikatha. How can one forget material relations? By hearing Harikatha. To come out of the negative things, Harikatha is required. To come in contact with the positive thing, Harikatha is required. Without Harikatha, one will not be able to get freed from material attachments. Without Harikatha, one will not be able to get attachment to Supreme Lord, or one will not get remembrance of Supreme Lord. Therefore, Hari Katha is the most essential thing, and that too in the company of pure devotees. So, Bharat is telling that by hearing Hari Katha in the company of the pure devotees, when one will be able to destroy the ignorance through the knowledge received from them. And thus, hearing the glories and pastimes of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna repeatedly from the pure devotees, one will be able to remember him, and by and he will be able to cross over this material world very easily. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Asangah Vyavahaya Vishaye Anasakti. Vyavahar Vishaye Anasakti. So, one should not have any attachment for any of the material dealings in this world. One should not get attached to anything or anyone for our material activities or material dealings. Susangah bolite sadhu jane asakti. One is asanga. Asanga means to stay away from material sangha. And susanga means to have attachment to the sadhu sangha. One should not have attachment to the material sangha, and one should have attachment to the sadhu sangha. Tahader dwara utpanna jnanarupa asi. When we are attached to sadhu sangha, when we are in the company of the sadhus, then we will get one powerful instrument. What is that? Nice word. You will get a very nice word. Yes, sharp sword. For what? For destroying ignorance, not killing others. This word is sword of knowledge. By this word of knowledge, one will destroy the ignorance. One will be able to destroy the ignorance. Tahar dwara matanga jarupa मोह छिन्न कोरिया मानवगण आद्वनः संसार मार्गेर अति पार अतिक्रम रूपे अतिक्रम पूर्वक श्री हरि के लाभ कुरिते पारेन. And through this word, one will be able to destroy the greatest hindrance, the ignorance. In Sadhu Sangha, you will get this word. You have to get this word from there, not available outside. And Guru Maharaj used to say, by saying ignorance go away, darkness go away, it will not go away. You have to bring light, isn't it? Guru Maharaj used to say, if you take a broomstick and say darkness go away, even if you beat darkness, it will not go. Very simple, just put the light, darkness will automatically go away. So in a similar manner, if we have to get freed from our mundane material, ignorance, then we have to come in the association of the sadhus, and then advanaha sansara marga, one will be able to cross over this material world very easily. So Jada Bharat is thus explaining to him about the easiest way to come out of attachment, that is sadhu sangha, to come in the company of the pure devotees and hear Hari Katha from them. Iti Srimad Bhagavate Mahapurane Brahma Sutra Bhashye Paramahamsyam Samhitayam Vaiyasakyam Panchamaskande Brahmana Rahuganavade Dvadasha Adhyayah. Thus ends the 12th chapter in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where the discussion between Brahmana Bharat and King Rahugana has been narrated. So that is the end of this chapter. The next chapter also continues with the instructions of Bharat to King Rahugana. And I think Rahugana is also asking some questions, I believe. I think he is asking, because we heard he told that I have some doubts that I'll ask you later. But you please explain whatever you have told in detail, I have not understood it properly. I will ask the doubts. So maybe we will ask, I don't know. We will come to know when we. You have two questions. You also have two doubts. Okay.
Yeah, Bharat was telling that he, when getting here and there, to be attached. He wants to be attached, so they will not do things and things. So how we can use this instruction for us personally? I mean, we have a room where we stay. We have a bed, table, everything. So we are thinking this is our own, how I can stay without faith and presence.
The thing is, Sadhu Sangha is essential. If we are hearing Harikatha, then we will get this word as a gift. This knowledge. When this knowledge is there, then we will be able to realize that, oh, this is matter, this is material, I should not get attached to this. Objects are there in front of us, but we will not get attached to them because the knowledge is there. If the knowledge is not there, then the attachment is possible. So Sadhu Sangha is essential.
Now at this moment, I understand this theoretically.
Hmm.
I have my mobile, just now someone will steal my mobile. How
Yes.
much pain inside.
Yes, that is true.
Which is new.
Mhm.
I mean, theoretically I understand, but practically
That's what practically what we can do is Sadhu Sangha. That's what I am telling.
more increased.
Yes, we have to do Sadhu Sangha. That is what practically we can do. What is not in our hands, we cannot do. We cannot suddenly say, oh, attachment, go away. Oh, attachment, go away. It will not go away. The more you say attachment, go away, the more attachment will come inside us. Best is to, take medicine.
So we need more.
That is Sadhu Sangha. If we do more Sadhu Sangha, then even though we are in the middle of the material objects and enjoyments, we will stay away from that. So that is very, very essential. Sadhu Sangha is very essential.
It's a power inside us. It's a strength inside. It's not outside thing.
Yes, hear Harikatha. Attentively hear Harikatha. That is what it is. Hear Harikatha and the words of the previous acharyas. Then we will be just like the lotus flower is there, on that the water is there, but it is not getting wet. So it is in the water, but it's not getting wet. In a similar manner, we will also there in the middle of enjoyments, but we will not be attached. Swami Maharaj used to say, I started my business with 40 rupees. When he went to abroad, he says that I started my business with 40 rupees. Now I am an owner of more than 40 centers, big centers all over the world. So if you want to do business, do Krishna conscious business. So not business means exchange, give and take business, but do devotion. There is no business superior to this. Yes. But he says that even though everything is there, nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to Krishna. Krishna is the enjoyer. So Swami Maharaj was in the middle of so many opulences, but he was not touched by it. Because knowledge is there. If the knowledge is there, there is no question of getting attached. He has not only wealth, so many disciples, so many followers who are ready to give their life for Swami Maharaj. So many people are there. Even our wife will not give up her life for us, isn't it? You live your life, I live my life. But so many followers are ready to give up their life for Swami Maharaj. So much wealth, so many buildings, so many temples, but still not attached. Why? Raghunath Das Goswami, son of such a rich person, Govardhan Majumdar, so much wealth that we cannot even dream. But no attachment. Indra Sama, Aishwarya Apsara Sama Stri. Very, very beautiful wife like Apsara. Apsaras means heavenly damsels. And Indra Sama Aishwarya, wealth like Indra, could not hold. Because even though they are in the middle of all these things, because they have knowledge, they still remain unattached. That is why Srila Prabhupada repeatedly tells that you remember or constantly, ponder about the instructions that the Lord gave to Raghunath and Sanatana. Both these Prabhus. Sei duti katha bhulo na sarvata. Karo uchcha sware harinama rao. Don't forget these two things. Falgu are yukta, baddha are mukta. Eka karana hai, कबू नहे एककार सौ. So Falgu are Yukta, Falgu Vairagya and Yukta Vairagya. Baddha or Mukta, liberated and conditioned, they are never the same. The conditioned souls and the liberated souls. Falgu Vairagya, Yukta Vairagya, they are never the same. So these instructions are given to Sanatana Goswami and to Raghunath Das Goswami. So we have to contemplate on this. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki jai. Paramaradhitam patita pavana stotra sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. नित्यलीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद प्रमंस स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्तिदयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय. श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय. श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ, श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय. श्री श्री जड़ भरत की जय. श्री रघुगण राजा की जय. समागत भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.